But anyway, with that movie Straw, yeah, Tyler Perry does a really good job of like re-traumatizing black people though. That's the hard part about his movies. I liked him and he gave me a full tour of his studio. It wasn't him though. It was his second in command. But I called and I said, "Hey, I'd like to see the studio. You got some time?" And he had his guy like take me and my goddaughter, and we were in there 2.5 hours and I was so impressed. It was beautiful. I have so much respect for what he built, really. But let's really just be for real about it. Some of those movies, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what the goal is, right? I saw the movie Straw. There's like a formula. Anybody else ever notice that like Tyler Perry movies kind of have this formula? Like you kind of throw in like you take some black woman that's like going through hell and somehow the movies always end up with some light-skinned man who does yard work with no shirt on, who has like braid dreadlocks or something that like comes and saves the day. Shamar Moore type looking type dude. And I don't really know if if it is beneficial to just swim in your trauma all the time. I get it. You reflect on it, you honor it, you acknowledge it, but you got to heal from it. You got to fix it. And one thing Tyler said, I forgot about this, but one thing he said that I actually like, and I hope he taps into this more, is he said that I use Medea to get people to laugh about their trauma because most black people won't go to a therapist. I remember him specifically saying that, and I actually agreed with that. Right? And Medea comes in and Medea gives you therapy, but you don't think it's therapy because it's a big black man wearing a dress, and you like, ha ha ha, that's funny. But then you're like, yeah, but that did make me think, right? And I get it, but I kind of feel like we have to grow beyond the point of needing puppets and cartoon characters to get us to acknowledge the number one problem in our community, which is undiagnosed, untreated trauma. Trauma is the spiritual and psychological STD that is rampant in the black community. It's a spiritual STD, and it's one that spreads through contact with other traumatized people. A traumatized person will traumatize you quickly, just like most people that molest a child. Most of them were molested as children, right? So this trauma is that generational curse that I hope that you'll get rid of. My wife is an expert in freaking trauma. She's got a specialist certificate. She got a whole certificate on it. I remember her studying for her trauma certification. And so you got people out here that want to help, that want to support you in that. And it's okay to go ahead and say, okay, I need to get this out of my system because it's going to mess me up. It's going to cause me to keep making bad decisions. And so with that, in fact, just this morning, my wife and I were talking. I'm gonna get back to Apple in a minute, but my wife and I were talking about this lady named Brittany Renner. Anybody know Brittany Renner? How many of y'all know her? Or am I the only weirdo who just sees everything on the internet? There's a lady named Brittany Renner who's this drop dead gorgeous woman, and she went viral because she did a video where she literally talked about how she scams athletes out of their money because she says athletes are stupid and they have lots of money and they don't wear condoms. So she said if you want to ever get rich, just get pregnant by an athlete. And what's going through my mind is I'm like, man, how many diseases do you got to catch to pull that off? Is how many STDs would you catch for $1 million? I don't know, but I'm sitting there thinking, so you really gonna lay down without a condom with a man that done slept with 500, 600 people